Good morning. How are you? As always, just double checking everything's working. Oh, music off. I gotta remember to turn the music off before I get angry YouTube on my. Good morning, welcome. Monday morning yoga. Slow start, strong core is what I call the class. I want to start very easy. It's Monday. I had quite a eventful weekend myself. Not so much yoga on the weekend, so I want to just start easy, get my body a bit slowly ready for the week, and then do some core exercises, be really strong so we can start to build. I'm teaching this week, today, tomorrow, and the day after, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 days in a row. So I want to make a bit of a build. Start easy today, build some strength, and then we move on from there. As always, if you have blocks, make sure you have them nearby. It's always handy. I would say let's just start. You can take a minute to get your stuff in order. Make sure you have your mat. Make sure you're super comfy. Have a sip of tea, and then we'll begin. Hoping everybody's doing really well. Let's see the comments. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's come to the mat. I'm just gonna turn on a bit of sound. Actually, this one. Very light sound. And I'm gonna have one more sip of tea. And then start. Cheers. It's weird, I'm alone. Sometimes Adi is here with me, my partner. Then we talk. All right, let's get going. Double checking the volume so you can hear me. Should be good. All right, so if you have a block or a pillow, you can come to sit on top of your block or pillow. Or if you're super comfortable sitting on the floor, that's also fine. My hips are often a bit stiff in the morning, so I like to sit on top of something. So just come to sitting in a comfortable position, something that feels good to you. It doesn't have to be cross-legged, it can be on your knees. Whatever feels right, wherever you can sit the most easily. Close your eyes. Take a few moments to arrive here. Arriving in your body, arriving on your mat, arriving in the space that you've chosen for your practice, leaving behind anything unnecessary. Being Being right here, right now, with yourself on your mat, with your body. Notice your breath. Just notice what it's doing, no judgment, no need to change it. Sink your pelvis down onto the block or onto the floor. Let your elbows hang soft. Let your face be fully relaxed between the eyebrows, the jaw, the chin. Tuck your chin super slightly in towards your chest so that the back of your neck lengthens up. Take a few really deep breaths in and let them out with a sigh. With every out breath, you sink yourself down lower. Releasing the shoulders, the hips, the feet, the ankles, the back of the neck. Open your eyes, bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest. Bend your head down. And breathing in, lift your arms, lift your chest. Split the arms, look up at your hands. Breathing out, let your arms come down over the sides, roll your back around your chin to your chest. 2 more times. Breathing in, lifting your arms overhead over the sides. Breathing out, rounding down, bringing your arms down. Breathing out all the way out, out, out. One last time, breathing in. All the way in. And rounding down, breathing out. Now rounding your back up, lift your right arm up. Breathe in, lift it even higher, bring your hand as far as possible to the ceiling and then bend down over the left side. Super gently. You can take some pulses in the right hand. Sinking your weight down into the floor. Gently waking up the whole right side. Reaching out through the right fingertips, dropping the head down. And then roll the weight forward, bring your head over the left knee. And also here you can take a few light pulses. In both hands this time, twisting your back, waking up the spine. And then one by one, walk your hands to the middle. Take a few pulses here, bending your elbows down, dropping your head down. And then walk your hands closer one by one, roll up your spine, come back to sitting. Reach your left arm up. When you reach the top, reach it up even more as you breathe in. The shoulder can come completely up from there. Shift your weight into your right hand. Be super gentle here, waking up the sides, waking up the lower back. Take small pulses in the right hand. Keep breathing, gently warming up the spine. A few more slight pulses, really gentle. And then roll yourself over your right knee. Both hands are on the floor. Small pulses in your both hands, dropping your head down closer to your knee. And then start walking your hands to the middle. Maybe coming down to your elbows. It's like a bit of a slow motion headbang. Your head fully relaxed. Walking your hands one by one closer to your pelvis, rolling up the spine. Come back to the middle. Change your feet. So bring your other foot in front if you're sitting cross-legged. Place your hands on top of your hips. Send a bit of weight down into your hip flexor muscles, grounding your hips down, softening those big muscles here that like to grip, they like to control. Just sending a little bit of weight down with the hand palms, signaling the tops of the legs to relax. You can walk your hands all the way down to your knees. Make sure you use the weight of the torso and not so much the strength of the arms. Then place your hands behind your lower back. Give a little rub to your lower back with your fists or with your hand palms. Rubbing out that lower spine, the back of the hips, buttock muscles. And then clasp your hands together behind your back. Bring your hand palms together, straighten your elbows, lift the chest, only drop the head if it feels good to your neck. Coming back up. Now drop the chin to the chest. Lift your hands a little bit up behind you. Releasing the hands back down. Unravel the fingers, bring them in front of your chest. Intertwining your fingers, then push your palms forward, round your back. Bring your shoulders all the way forward. Drop your head, chin to your chest. Breathing out deeply, stretching your upper back. Then rolling up, bring your arms up overhead. Bring your face to look up at your hands. Stretching everything up to the ceiling. From there, release everything down, round your back. Let's do one more time. Side stretches. This time we flow a little bit quicker through. So your right arm comes up. Breathing in, bring it all the way up and over to the left. Then right away, rounding down over the left knee. Walking through the center, round down over the right. Bring your left arm up into a side bend and push from your right hand to bring yourself back up, full circle. Reversing, bringing the left arm up, breathing in, lifting it to go up and over to the right side, then rounding over your right knee. Walk your hands through the center, come over the left knee, reach the right arm up and out over to the side, pressing from the left hand to come back to the center. One more time, reversing that right arm coming up, all the way over, circling forward. Make it very fluid here. Left arm coming up, circling back to the top. And then the left arm reaches right back up again, over to the side, down, over the knees, circling all the way over until the right arm comes up, pushing from the left to come sitting in the middle. Just take a moment, close your eyes, notice any differences in your body since we started. And from here, shift your weight forward, remove the block. Come into a little ball, so you're sitting in a little squat. Your heels can be off the floor. Drop your head down. Uncurl the tail, let your head hang heavy. And from here, start to activate your core. So start with the heavy, with the belly hanging out heavy, soft. And see what happens when you start to pull your belly button in towards your spine. It's very easy to see it from this position. Do that a few times, dropping the belly, pulling the belly in. Very subtle, very small, very easy. Drop the belly down, hold the belly button to the spine. 2 more times, dropping the belly down, letting it hang, pulling the belly button to the spine, dropping the belly down, and pulling the belly button into the spine. Now maintain the belly button into the spine, but see if you can keep everything else relaxed. So your core is strong, but your head is still hanging heavy. Your tailbone is releasing. Your shoulders are soft, back of the neck is soft. And this pulling in of the core also involves pulling in of the pelvic floor, the mula bandha. It's something we're going to experiment with a lot today. So just remember the feeling here of pulling in your belly button to your spine. In this position, it's very easy to feel, very clear feeling. Now start to lift your heels as high as possible, and then take a little bit of weight in your fingertips and start to circle through the feet. So you're circling your ankles. Start clockwise, warming up through the bases of the toes, and then changing the direction, anti-clockwise ankle circles, which also make your knees circle. Maybe your hips circle a little bit with this. Stop in the middle. Place weight in your hands and bring your knees down to the floor. Use your fingers to tuck your toes all the way forward. Make sure all your 10 toes point forward. Sometimes those outer toes want to roll to the sides. Make sure they're all facing forward so we can stretch the bases of the toes. Sit down on top of your hips. Maybe this is already very intense for your feet. If that's the case, just stay here and see if you can relax your torso, relax your shoulders. Breathe into the stretch on the bases of your toes. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can bring your arms down, your hands down, slightly behind your hips with your fingers pointing forward, increasing the weight on your feet, increasing the stretch on your toes. From here, you can lift your chest up a little bit, drop your head back, stretching in the fronts of the shoulders, gently pushing into your fingertips to bring your whole torso back up. Walk your hands onto your hips. Again, give a little bit of weight into those hip flexor muscles. You can lean forward, still stretching the toes, grounding your hips down. Now place weight into your hands, untuck your toes. It can feel quite nice here to tap the toes against the mat after this stretching. So with long feet, tapping the toes. Then sit your hips back down, this time with your feet long. Now start pressing weight into your hands. Only go as far as you can comfortably for your feet. So you can take this very easily, very carefully. Bring the knees up and down. Pulling in your core as you do this. So like your core is supporting, pulling the knees in towards you. You're stretching the tops of your feet as we go. And then stay at the top for a moment. Drop your head, stretch the tops of your feet. Gently rolling your knees back down. Walk your hands forward. So now stretching your fingers all the way. So let's take a moment here to press down into the bases of the fingers. So you're lifting your palms off the floor. And from here, you walk your thumbs as far as possible back towards your knees. And then you walk your pinky fingers as far as possible back towards the side wall or even towards your knees. Back, back, back. So you're spreading your hands out. From there, gently, slowly sliding your palms back down to the floor. So your thumbs will probably slide a little bit back forward. But once your palms reach the floor, you have super, super spread hands. And with these spread fingers, start to circle through your wrists. So you're circling your shoulder blades. Your hips, your knees, everything is circling, warming up the wrists, making sure you take the weight forward over the wrists as you come up, then reversing the circles. Warming up the wrists, training the hands to be super spread. And that way you have more traction on the floor. More surface on the floor, more stability. Stopping in the middle. So you're in your all fours with your hands directly below your shoulders. Fingers super spread. Knees directly behind your hips. Toes are long. And from a neutral spine, we're just going to go a few rounds of cat-cow. So breathing in. Hollowing out your back, looking up, sticking your sit bones up to the ceiling. Breathing out, rounding the back. As you round, really pull your belly button into the spine. Breathing in, hollowing your back out. Breathing out, see if you can initiate the movement from the belly, pulling into the spine, the core. Activating, breathing in, hollowing out, breathing out, rounding, rounding, rounding. 2 more times in your own time. Activating your core muscles, especially when you pull them into round. One last rounding. Then bring your spine to neutral, tuck your toes. Press down into your hands to lift your knees very slightly off the floor, waking up the core. So again here, the belly button is pulling into the spine. Long back of your neck. Pressing down firmly through your both hands. From here, start to bring your pelvis back, pushing into your hands to come into a little downward dog. You can walk through the feet here, walk through the hands. Relax your neck, shift your hips side to side, waking up your downward dog. before taking 3 deep breaths in stillness in this position. Hugging your lower ribs in, pulling your belly button in towards the spine while you lift your sit bones up and away. Come up to your tippy toes. Start to roll your way forward. Step your hands a little bit forward and come into an easy plank, just a wake up plank. So also here you can tread through the feet, shift weight between the hands, waking up your plank before coming to a still, simple plank position for 3 breaths. Press down strongly through the hands, back of your neck is long, heels are reaching back, belly button pulling in towards the spine. And drop your knees down to the floor. Untuck the toes, bring your hips back, sit down in a child's pose. Releasing the hips, releasing the tailbone, dropping the forehead down onto the mat. From here, bring the weight forward, tuck your toes. Press yourself into downward dog, and from there, start walking your feet with small steps forward towards your hands until you reach the front of your mat. Keep your knees a little bit bent as we're still warming up. Come halfway up. Rounding down, drape your torso over the tops of your thighs. With your knees slightly bent, just hang here for a moment. And then bend your knees deeper. Start rolling up your spine. Vertebra by vertebra, very slowly. Pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Strong core, supporting your lower back. Head comes up last. Once you're all the way standing upright, open your palms to the front. Lengthen your tailbone down. Let your hips sink down. Sending the weight into all 4 corners of the feet. Firmly grounding your feet, spreading your toes. Sliding your shoulder blades down the back. Open chest. Very small drop of the chin towards the chest so that the back of the neck lengthens. Soft jaw, soft focus. Shift the weight into the left foot and lift the right knee up towards your chest. Keep the left leg long and strong. Pulling the shoulder up, the knee up towards the right shoulder. From here, release the knee. Lift your arms up. So your knee is still up, your legs parallel. Your foot is flexed. Just a little balancing pose. Pulling your belly button in towards the spine. From there, gently step your right foot back down. Bring the weight to the middle, bring your arms down, opening the palms. Shifting the weight into the left, into the right foot, lift your left knee up. Grab it with both hands, pull the left knee towards the left shoulder. Keep the right leg long and strong. Pulling your belly button in towards the spine, keep the lower back long, back of the neck long. And flex the left foot. Let go of the knee. Lift your arms up. Keep your knee lifting up and your left foot flexed. Just small, easy balance. Pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Gently stepping the left foot down next to the right. Bring your arms down, standing tall and strong in your mountain pose. Palms facing forward. Now breathe in and bring your arms overhead, looking up. Breathing out, swan diving down. Again, your knees can be slightly bent here if it's more comfortable for you. Coming halfway up with the torso. Rolling back down and stepping your feet behind you into plank. Strong plank. Pressing down through those hands, fingers spread. Heels pulling to the back wall. Now bring your knees to the floor. From there, bring your chin and your chest to the floor so your pelvis is staying up. From there, pulling from your fingertips, slide your chest forward. Come into a little cobra, untuck your toes. Small back bend, only the upper back lifting all the way to the lowest ribs. Very easy, keeping your legs parallel. On your next in-breath, lift a little bit higher, lifting your face. Then rounding down, bring your chin to the floor. Tuck your toes, keep your knees on the floor, press yourself back up. Then lengthening the legs into plank. Walk your left hand a little bit in so it's underneath your chest in the middle. Lift the right arm up, come to side plank. Very simple, easy side plank. Changing sides. Bring your right arm down and step the left arm back to its place. Step the right arm underneath your chest, lifting the left arm up. You're leaning on the outside of your right foot, inside of the left foot. Very simple side plank to begin with. And gently bring your left arm back down. Come back into your plank, then push into downward dog. 3 deep, long breaths here.
Keep pulling your belly button in towards the spine. Shifting the weight into the left foot. Bring the right foot up, parallel. Right foot is flexed. Don't bring it too high, really. Start from a simple, easy position. The right leg doesn't come up higher than the hip. Pointing the right foot. Keep everything the same, but pull the knee into the chest. From there, roll the weight forward. Knee is still in the chest. We're going to go shoot that leg back out parallel. And 3 more times, rolling forward. Knee to chest. Breathing out as you come forward, in as you go back. One last time. Rolling forward, hovering there. From here, stepping the right foot down between the 2 hands. Bring the left knee down. Walk your hands onto your knee. Very simple, easy stretch for the front of the left hip. Sinking your hips forward and down. Make sure your right shin is perpendicular to the floor. Knee directly above the ankle. Ribcage floating up and away as your hips sink down. Bring your torso back down, lay it down on top of your right leg, straighten the left. From here, step the right foot back into your plank. Chaturanga down. Upward facing dog. Optional extra push-up into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths. Shifting weight into the right foot to lift the left leg up parallel. Very simple, very easy. Keep lengthening through the back of the right leg. Keep that leg parallel now. Point the left foot. Keep everything still. Just pull the knee in towards the chest. And then start to roll the weight forward. All the way forward from there. Shooting the left leg back out into the same position. Rolling forward. 2 more times. And the next time you come forward, hover there for a moment before stepping the left foot between the hands. Opening your chest and dropping the right knee. Walk your hands on top of your left knee. Sinking your hips forward and down, stretching the front of your right thigh. Super gentle, super easy. Laying your torso down on top of your left thigh. Straightening through the right leg.
Then step your left foot back into plank. Chaturanga down, sliding forward into upward dog. Optional extra push-up into downward dog. Taking a very simple, basic start of the class here. Working on form and alignment so we can build some strength for the days to come. Look up at your hands, start walking your feet forward at the top of your mat, halfway up, rounding down, bend through the knees, rounding the torso all the way up, up, up. Open the palms, standing tall here. Shift weight into the left foot, lift the right knee up, grab it with both hands. From there, flex the right foot, let go of the knee, but keep it up, bring the arms up. From there, very simple, long back forward, reaching your arms forward, reaching your legs back, so we're leaning into a warrior three with a flexed right foot, one long line. Then start to bend the knee, start bringing it back up into the same position, standing upright with the arms up above the head, knee facing up. Stepping that right foot down, bring your arms down, opening the palms. Shifting weight into the right foot, left knee lifts off the floor, pull that knee in towards the left shoulder. Training the core from all different directions. Really using that pulling of the belly button into the spine to help with balancing. Flex the right foot, release the knee, keep it up. Bring your arms up overhead. From there, start reaching forward and start reaching your left foot back. Coming into simple warrior three with the arms in front of you and the leg behind you. One long line, left foot flexed. Gently bending the left knee, bring it back up to where we started. Arms are up, chest is open. Now step that left foot down, bring the arms down. Standing in your mountain pose for a moment. Breathing in, bring your arms up overhead. Breathing out, swan diving down. Breathing in, coming halfway up. Breathing out, now you can step or jump into plank. On the same out breath, come down to chaturanga. Breathing in, upward facing dog. Breathing out, push up into downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here. And start to lift your right foot off. This time opening the hip, lift the foot up all the way. Make sure your left leg doesn't roll in as you do this. The left leg stays parallel. Bending the right knee, lift that knee up to the ceiling. And from there, start to pull that knee into the outside of your right armpit, shifting the weight forward, ending with the knee on the outside of the elbow, shooting it back out.
4 times. Pulling the belly button in towards the spine. Now taking a moment in your downward dog splits, evening at the shoulders, softening the neck, and then pull your knee to the middle of your chest. Roll forward, step the foot between the hands, float up into warrior one. Bring your arms down, bring your hands on top of your knee to pull yourself, push yourself a little bit more up. So you're pushing your ribcage up as you sink your hips down. Keep the left knee long, straight. Keep the right hand on the knee. Open the left arm up and over to the back, bringing your left knee, your left heel down, coming into a supported warrior two. So your left arm, left leg are in warrior two, right leg is in warrior two. The right arm is leaning on the top of the right knee, supporting your rib cage and floating up as your hips sink down. From there, drop the right shoulder, slide the right hand forward, full warrior two. Sinking the hips down even lower. Keep pressing the outside of the left foot down into the floor. Now straighten the front knee. Reach forward with the right hand. Place it on top of the right ankle. Bring your left arm up into a triangle pose. Simple, basic. Pulling your belly button in towards your spine. Look down at your right foot. Bring your torso back up. Now lift your right foot and turn it in, coming facing the side. Both your big toes turning a little bit in, heels a little bit out. Breathing in, lift your whole rib cage up to move forward and down. Grabbing the outsides of your ankles. Bring the top of your head down to the floor. You can. If it's very far away from you, open the legs a little wider. If it's very easy, close your feet a little bit in, giving you somewhere to move towards. Sliding your shoulders away from your ears. Sticking your sit bones up to the ceiling. From here, gently releasing your grip around your hands. Bring your hands right below your shoulders so you're leaning with a long back, long, straight, flat back. From here, opening the left arm to the side and up to the ceiling where you keep your hips even. Then bring that arm down below your right arm, grabbing your right ankle with the left hand and start to crawl the right fingertips into the left hand corner. pulling on your ankle with the left hand, twisting your spine up. Gently coming out. Start to bring your hands towards your hips with a long, straight back. Pull your belly button into the spine to come up. Back to standing upright. Open your arms to the sides. Shimmy your right foot back out. Sit back down into your warrior two. Then windmill your arms down. Frame the right foot with your hands. Lift the left heel. Step the foot into plank. From here, chaturanga down. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. 3 long deep breaths here. And lifting your right leg off the floor, your left leg, sorry. Lifting your left leg off the floor, all the way up, opening the hip. As you open the hip, make sure you're not rolling your right leg in. The right leg stays parallel and strongly grounded. Reaching down evenly between the two shoulders. Bending the left knee. Reaching that knee further up to the ceiling. From there, start to pull the knee out to the side towards the left armpit. From there, shift the weight forward. Bring the knee to the outside of the left elbow and shoot it back up. Four more times. And then stay in your down split just for a moment. Evening everything out, evening the shoulders out. From there, bending your knee into the middle of your chest. Rolling the weight forward. Step the foot between the legs. Floating yourself up into warrior one pose. Sinking the hips down. And bring the hands down to your knee to give a bit of extra support. Sinking your hips down lower, floating your ribs up and away. Keep the back of your neck long. Now float your right arm up and over and turn the right heel down to the floor. Coming into warrior two pose. Still leaning on the left knee with the left hand. Allowing your hips to sink down lower with a bit of extra support. From there, slide your left arm down. Bring it up. Warrior two, strong. Sink your hips down lower. Press the outside of the right foot into the floor. Reach your arms far away from each other. Hands pulling out of your shoulder sockets. Sinking your hips down lower one more time. Then straightening your left knee.
Reaching forward with the left hand to come into a triangle. Leaning on top of your left shin, or you can use a block here. Right arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. Belly button in towards the spine. Looking down at your left foot. Windmill your arms back up. And lift your left foot. Turn it in. Come into a wide parallel pose facing the side wall. Turn your toes a little bit in, heels a little bit out. Then breathing in to reach forward with your long, long back. Grabbing the ankles from the outsides, the heels from the outsides. Placing your top of your head on the floor. You want to be in a position where you're just barely reaching the floor with the top of the head. If it's too easy, close your legs a little bit. If you're very far away, open them wider. Reaching your sit bones up to the ceiling. Elbows come to the outsides of your shins. Softening the jaw. Then release the grip on the ankles. Walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Long, straight back. Open your right arm up to the ceiling. Then dive it down underneath the left. Reach for the left ankle. Walking your fingertips, the left fingertips into the right front corner. Holding on the ankle with the right hand. Twisting the spine. Gently release. Bring your arms back underneath the shoulders from there. Start really by pulling your belly button into the spine. Firing up your legs. Press down into the balls of your feet and bring your arms to both sides. Lift your whole torso up in one smooth movement. Open your arms to the sides. Look over your left hand. Turn out your left foot. Sink down back into your warrior two. And windmilling your arms down. Lift the right heel. Step back into plank. Chaturanga down. Upward facing dog. Let's come into a child's pose. Take 10 breaths in your child's pose up and right back. From your child's pose, come back into your downward dog. Look up at your hands. Step or jump back. Come halfway up.
rolling down. Bend the knees, roll up the spine, all the way to standing. Opening the palms. From here, reaching your arms up and come to sitting down in your chair. Reaching your sit bones far back behind you. So when you look down at your feet, you can see the whole foot. Your pelvis is leaning back. From here, bring your both hands down to your right knee and roll up, picking your right knee off the floor, bring it back to that same place, reaching towards the right shoulder. And flex the right foot. Release the knee, but keep it up as high as you can as you reach your arms up. Lift your whole ribcage up to come forward and down into your warrior three with your flexed right foot long, long back. From here, point the right foot, round the back forward and pull your right knee in, coming into what's called flamenco pose. Pulling your right knee all the way to the right shoulder as you're leaning forward. Now rolling up, keep that knee close. Again, flexing the right foot. Reach your arms up, keep the knee up. From here, bring the foot up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently bring the right foot back down, bring the arms down, take a breath here. In your mountain pose. Now shifting weight into the right foot, lift the left knee. Sorry, take that back. Take your foot back down. You're standing in your mountain pose with your palms facing forward. We're going to go into chair. Lifting your arms up overhead, looking up to sit your pelvis down into chair. Really leaning back with those sitting bones. Keep your arms reaching forward and up. Far away from you, sit down lower. Pull your belly button into your spine. Then bring your both hands to your left knee. Stand up and bring the knee right away in towards the left shoulder. Standing tall. Long, straight standing leg. Flexing the left foot. Release the hands, but keep the knee as high as you can, lifting the arms up high. Then as you breathe in, lifting your whole ribcage up to bring your flat back down into your warrior three. Flex left foot, strong right leg. From here, point the left foot, pull the knee in towards you and bend your back, round your back to grab your knee again with the shoulder, the left knee towards the left shoulder, but now bending forwards. From here, start rolling up to standing, keeping the knee close to the shoulder. Flex the foot, float your arms up. Now floating the left foot up, long, strong leg, right leg stays straight. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing that leg down, bringing both your arms down. Few breaths here in mountain pose. Lengthening the back of your neck. Lengthening your lower back.
Now reach your arms both up. Again, come sitting in a chair. Bring your arms to prayer in front of your chest. Sit down lower in your chair, but keep your chest lifting up. And lift up your chest a little bit higher and twist over to the right. Make sure your knees stay even. Your left knee doesn't slide forward. Pressing down into that right hand. Twist a little more. Twist, twist, twist. From there, look down. Start to pick up your left foot and slide it back down into a big lunge. Retwist here. Sink your hips down lower. Now untwist, bring your pelvis upright, bring your torso upright. Arms come up into warrior one. Then twist your arms so your right arm comes forward, left arm back. Reach that right arm inside your right leg. Opening the left arm to the ceiling. Bringing the left arm now down. Walk your right foot to the outside of your mat. Bring the left knee to your mat. Drop your head. Small lizard pose. Opening the front of the left hip. If you're super comfy here already, you can bring your elbows to the floor. Or you can use a block. From here, bring the weight back onto your hands. Walk the right foot back in. Lengthen the left leg. Step into plank. Come down into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Reach your right leg up, 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 up. Opening the hip. Bend that knee. Bring it forward, hover. And step a little bit smaller of a step than you normally would. But just over a meter. Walk your hands back and just stretching down over your front leg for a moment. Rounding your torso. From here, look forward. Start to walk your hands forward, coming onto the ball of your left foot. Bend the right knee a little bit, not all the way. Walk your hands even further forward and step into a half moon pose. So you're lifting your left leg up, flexing the foot, and then opening the left hip. From there, lifting the left arm up. Balancing here, and maybe if you're feeling very stable, you can lift your right arm off the floor. From here, bring both your fingertips to the floor. Bend your right knee and drop
your right foot down, your left foot down. So your both feet are together, hanging over here for a moment. You can straighten the knees only if it's possible for you to keep your lower belly connected to your upper thighs. From here, bending the knees, rounding up your spine. Opening your palms. Strengthening the core today. Shift weight into the right foot. Lift your left knee towards your shoulder. Bring that leg back down. Reach your arms up. Looking up, sitting down into a chair pose. Look down at your both feet. Make sure you can see them completely. Your knees are not sticking out over your feet. Bring your arms into prayer in front of the chest. From here, lift your torso up to twist it over to the left side, outside of the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Making sure your right knee doesn't slide forward, twisting. Twist the back even more, lean your pelvis back more. From here, look down at your feet, start to lift your right foot off the floor and slide it gently back into a big lunge. Retwisting your torso. Press down into that left hand. Keep the right knee straight. From here, looking down to untwist, reaching your arms up into warrior one. Twisting your arms so your left arm comes forward, right arm back. Reach that left arm on the inside of the left foot. Right arm coming up. Sink your hips down lower. Twist more. And then look down. Bring the right hand palm down. Walk your left foot a little bit out to the outside of your mat. Dropping the right knee. Drop your head. And if this is already intense enough for you, you can stay here. Or you can bring your elbows down to the floor to a block. Whatever feels right for you in this moment. Gently coming back out of it. Walk the left foot back in. Lengthen the right knee. Step into plank. Chaturanga down. Upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Three long, strong breaths. Now lift your left leg up all the way, opening the hip. Drop the knee, bend the knee, drop the foot. Then pull the knee into the chest, roll a little bit forward and take a smaller step, about 1 meter and a bit. Walk your hands back, straighten the left leg. Round your torso over. Breathe here. And then look forward. Start walking your hands forward. Come to the ball of your right foot. Bend your left knee a little bit. Walk your hands further even more. And then step into a half moon pose. Opening the right hip. Flexing the right foot. Leaning on your left fingertips or on a block here. Start to open the left arm up to the ceiling. Pulling your belly button into your spine. Keep the left knee strong and straight. If you're balancing comfortably here, lift the left fingertips off the floor. Balancing. From here, bring both your hands down. Step your right foot down next to the left. Hang over for a moment. You can shimmy out your hips here if it feels good. And then bend your both knees. Round up the spine. Open up your palms. Shift the weight into the left leg and reach the right knee up to the shoulder. Step it back down. We'll do one more set of this core, standing core exercises. So as we flow through this, really make sure you're working, pulling your belly button in towards the spine, strengthening the whole core. Breathing in, reaching your arms up, just sit down into a chair. Your feet are parallel, hip width apart. Sink down lower into the chair. From here, bring your both hands to your right knee. Stand up immediately, pulling the right knee towards your shoulder. Let go of that knee, flex the right foot, lift your arms. Breathing in, lift the whole rib cage up to come forward with a long straight back. Kicking your right foot out behind you, both hips are even. Long back of the neck. Now bring your knee in towards your shoulder. Keep bending forward, your back is rounding. From here, standing up with your knee in your hands. Again, flexing that right foot, bring the arms up. Kick the right foot forward for 10, 9, 2, 1. Now start to bend the left knee and see if you can sit all the way down. If you need to bring the right heel to the floor for your balance, that's okay. See if you can sit down on the left heel. And if you cannot keep your arms up, I cannot do this yet, I don't have the strength yet. You can bring your hands below your right calf muscle and see if you can lift the right sit bone off the floor, flexing the right foot.
From here, sit your butt down on the mat. Come into boat pose, knees bent, sternum reaching up. Let's take 10 taps of the toes, so one by one, right, then left, tapping your toes to the floor. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. Now both toes at the same time. Both feet down and up. 3. Let's also do 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then hug your knees to your chest and sitting round your back. You can put your forehead on top of your knees, rounding your back fully. From here, come back to your boat pose. Now we're going to come all the way flat to the floor with the hands to the hips. So straightening the legs, straightening the torso, but not dropping your heels or your head down. We're staying up with the heels and the head, coming back into this boat pose. This is number 3. Let's do 10. Three more. 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up, drop your feet, hug your knees. Take a breath here, round your back fully. And pushing yourself into a little ball. Hang over just for a moment. Start to straighten your legs. Grab your ankles from behind. Keep your knees a little bit bent so you can really connect your thighs and your torso. Roll your shoulders down your back away from the ears. Lengthen the back of your neck. And then gently start to straighten the knees. Keeping the connection between the torso and the thighs. From here, bend your knees, release the grip, rounding all the way up, up, up. Standing in your tall, proud mountain pose. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Preparing strong cores for the rest of the week. Shifting the weight. No, we're not doing that. Sorry, we're going into chair first. Lifting up the arms overhead. Looking at the hands. Sit down in your chair pose. Sink your hips really back down. Reaching your arms in the opposite direction. A good way to test here is if you can lift all your toes off the floor. That means your weight is far enough back. And if you fall back, it's a good sign. It means you're working in the right direction. Stay down, down, down. And bring both your hands to your left knee. And stand up with your left knee close to your left shoulder. Bring it all the way up, up, up. From here, flexing the left foot. Let go of the knee. Keep it as high as possible. Floating your arms up. Breathing in, lift your whole rib cage up to move forward into warrior 3. Long line from the foot to the both hands. Flex left foot. Reaching forward now, point through the left foot and bend that knee. Bring your arms down towards the knee, bending forward. This is called flamenco pose. And from here, rolling up your spine, keep holding onto that left knee, bring it up as high as possible. Strong, straight, right standing leg, flexing the left foot, releasing the knee again, lifting the arms now, straighten the left leg, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to see if we can sit down all the way. If you can, keep that left leg up. If it's too much, bring the heel down. Sit yourself down, and from here, grab onto your left shin. This is the easier version. If you manage this very easily, reach your arms up and keep the left leg lifted. From here, sit your butt down. Come into your boat pose, and this time we're going to straighten the legs if you can. You're reaching your arms down and forward, straightening your legs, and start to tap the floor with your right foot and your left. 3, doing 10 in total. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now straightening both legs, tapping both toes. 1. Keep breathing. If it's too heavy, grab onto the backs of your legs. 5, 6. Keep reaching your chest up. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Release your feet to the floor. You can hang forward, maybe flop your knees out to the sides. Drop your weight forward for a moment, catching the breath. Rolling yourself up. Rolling down to your back, knees to your chest. Then bring the left leg down, long. Pulling the right knee towards the right shoulder for a moment. Changing sides. A little stretch from the hip. Notice how it feels different here in lying than when we did it in standing. Now we'll do crisscross. Bring your hands to the back of your head. Lift your head up. See if you can lift all the way up to the shoulders. Lengthening the left leg down. The foot is off the floor, twisting your left elbow to the right inside of the knee. Changing. 3, we're going to do 40 of these. And this is 10. Keep your belly button in towards your spine. 20. Keep lifting your shoulders off the floor. 30. 10 more. Give it your all. 5, 4. Slow it down. 3, 2, 1. Lying down, pulling your knees into your chest for a moment, then stretching your legs long. Reach your arms up overhead, arch your back, shift your hips side to side. Rolling onto your belly. Come to Sphinx pose to stretch out those abs. Elbows underneath your shoulders. Pulling with your hands. Your hands again are really spread. Fingertips spread wide. Pulling on your hands to open your ribs. Little counter stretch for all that work we just did. Straightening through the right arm. Push a little bit more into the right side so you stretch a bit more on the right lower back, changing sides, pushing down into the left hand, releasing the butt muscles. Now shifting the weight into the left hand, bending the right knee. Push down first into the right hand, to then lift that hand, reach behind you, grab the top of the right foot, bring it down. Opening the right side of your chest. If you want to increase the stretch, press down into the left hand. Make sure you're not lifting the shoulder up. Breathing. Gently coming out of that. Come into the middle of your Sphinx. And shifting over to the right side. Put weight into the left hand, straightening the left elbow, then bending the left knee. Start reaching the left hand back. As you start to bring the foot down, bring the hip back down. So your both hips are leaning on the mat. If you want to increase, straighten through the right arm. Gently coming down. Release that foot. Come down to your belly. Turn your head to face the right side. Left ears on the floor. Heels are flopping out. Rest here for a moment. And bring your chin to the mat. Bending both of your feet, your knees. Grab the outside of your ankles with both hands. Start by pressing your pelvis down into the floor, tucking your pelvis a little bit forward. Your knees are hip width. Start kicking your feet into your hands. So the motor of this position, this pose, is the kick of your both feet into your hands. That's what lifts up the torso. Rolling to the soft part of your belly. Kick your legs up even more. Lift your face. Keep kicking. 5, 4, kick. 3, kick. 2, 1, gently coming down, turning your face to the left. Your right ear is on the shoulder, is on the mat. Flop your heels out. Arms are relaxed, palms facing up. We'll do a second bow with a slightly different grip. So bring your chin to the mat. Bend your knees and now grab your ankles from the inside. This time your knees can be a little bit more open. Start by tucking your pelvis forward and then kick your feet into your hands. Keep kicking your feet up and back, lifting your face, kicking, opening your chest. 5, kick, 4, 3, kick, 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 and gently come back down. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press yourself into a child's pose. Releasing your lower back. And let's end the class with 2 nice long pigeon poses to calm down the nervous system, to stretch out the hips. Coming into all fours. Bring your left knee to the outside of your left wrist. Flexing the left foot, walk your right leg back. You can experiment here with the positioning of the left foot. The more you bring the foot forward, the bigger the stretch. If it hurts your knee, just keep the foot close to your hip. Walk your hands a little bit out to the side and press down into your fingertips to reach your whole ribcage up and away from your hips. Reaching your sternum forward to drop your head back. It feels good. From here, start walking your hands forward, bringing your sternum forward and down. And we're going to stay in here for a little while, so make yourself really comfortable. Find a position for your arms where you can really relax. Relaxing your tailbone, relaxing your hips. You can let your belly hang out now after all this work. Softening your left inner thigh. Softening the whole hip joint. Releasing the back of the neck. You can let your jaw hang a little bit open. Keep softening your shoulder blades. And then gently start to walk your elbows in closer, hands in closer. Coming back to upright with your torso. Now place the left hand palm on the inside of the left knee. Bend your right knee, reach back for your right foot. Same thing we did in the Sphinx. If you can, flip your fingertips to face forward and reach your elbow up. Keep breathing deeply, bringing the heel to the outside of the right hip. Softening the right hip flexor muscles. Gently release. Walk your right foot forward. And shimmy your left knee back into all fours. Do one round of cat-cow just to neutralize the spine. Then in your all fours, bringing your right knee to the outside of your right wrist. Start walking your left foot back. Take your time. Sometimes that left hip can feel a bit tender after it's been stretched just before. So take your time to get into this. Walk your fingertips out to the sides to really press your torso up. Sternum reaching forward out of your ribs. You can drop your head back. From there, walking your hands forward. Gently bringing your torso forward and down. Forehead comes to the floor. And again, take your time to settle down in this position. If something feels really uncomfortable, change the position of the right foot. And just keep breathing, keep releasing. Every out breath, sink yourself down lower into the floor. Find new ways of relaxing. Notice any places you're holding tension and just let it sink down into the floor. Uncurling the tail, softening the back of the neck, softening the shoulder blades. And then gently start to walk your hands back in, placing the right palm on the inside of the right knee. Start bending your left knee and reach for the left foot with your left hand. Take your time getting into this. Maybe flipping your fingers forward, lifting your elbow up. Sinking your hips down lower. Gently release. Walk your left foot in. Shimmy your right knee back. One round of cat-cow to equalize your spine, rounding as you breathe out. Arching as you breathe in. Coming to neutral. Then let's finish the class the way we started. Okay, come to sitting on a block or on the floor. Whatever feels good to you. You can also come into your half lotus or full lotus if that is appropriate for you. Bring the backs of your hands on your knees, palms facing up. So your palms are receiving softly. So releasing the hand palms, keeping them soft but open. And lengthening the back of your neck, sliding your shoulders down. Close your eyes. Sinking the weight of your hips down into the floor or block. As your ribs are floating up and away. Opposition forces moving up and down the spine. Breathing in and out softly, and on every out breath you feel your body releasing a little bit more to the floor. Softening your jaw, your forehead, your scalp, your cheeks, your chin, your throat and your neck, your shoulders, your upper arms, your elbows, pouring down the weight through the elbows. Softening your lower arms, your wrists, your hand palms, your backs of your hands, fingertips, your shoulder blades and your sternum and your whole rib cage. Softening, melting. Your middle belly and your middle spine and your whole sides and your armpits and your hip bones and your lower back, your sacrum and your lower belly, hip flexor muscles and the whole hips and the buttocks, the pelvic floor releasing down, the upper thighs releasing, softening, inner thighs and the outer thighs and the backs of the thighs and the fronts of the thighs softening down. The knees and the calf muscles and the shins, the ankles and the heels, tops of the feet, the soles of the feet and all your toes softening. Sitting here in perfect peace, perfect stillness, perfect harmony, integrating everything learned this past hour and a half or two, giving your brain a chance to connect, to create new pathways, to process new sensations. Bring your hands to prayer in front of your chest. Bow your head down. Thank yourself for practicing today. And I would like to thank you very much for joining, as always. It's still super, super fun to teach these classes and to know that you guys are there watching and practicing with me. I'm back tomorrow morning, same time, 8:30. If you have any questions, anything you'd like to know, you can comment or send me messages. If you'd like to support, you can follow, subscribe, like, or donate. All the information is in the post. And I wish you a beautiful day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.